This day was so beautiful because I did not plan a single thing. I just let God lead me. So join me as we go on a random drive to discover random trailheads in a town that's about 20 minutes away, just for fun.
Oh, Maple Springs Trailhead in a national forest? I've been reading this devotional on spiritual discernment, and one of the things that really stood out to me is that oftentimes we limit ourselves, from a dream because we don't see how it could be possible in the natural because of our circumstances right now, or like what we have right now. We don't see how it could be possible. But God can make all things possible. And Jesus said, I came to give you life. I came to give you life and to give it to you abundantly. And when he starts doing a work in you, he starts changing your desires. And your desires start to actually match and line up with who he is. And what I've come to find is that he has been leading me into a simpler way of life. The first thing that he changed with me was the way that I ate. That was like one of the very first things he started working on in me. He's helped me wake up in that respect, and now I feel like he's teaching me and showing me that there's so much more. There is so much more simplicity, but the simplicity is expanding. First he started with the food, then he started with my attitudes, and just so many things that you think that because it looks like it's less, that it's less, but God makes it more. That's why people are happier. They're more joyful in a simpler way of living. When people have less, material possessions, and they fill their hearts instead with things that encourage the Spirit of the living God to dwell inside of you, those are the things that expand inside of you. And they're riches that you cannot gain from the world. They're riches that come simply from surrendering your materialism. Like, what I've noticed is that we have lost the art of just like enjoying simple like tasks in the house, like building a shoe rack, or like decluttering your space, or washing the dishes, or I don't know, making your house a home. That is actually how God created us to be. That's how we're supposed to be living. And I feel like I'm reconnecting to that. And I think that's why my spirit is longing for something like this. And so just being around it, just taking a little road trip and visiting it has been such a blessing. And I'm grateful that God cleared my schedule today, not because I don't want to make money, but because I get to take a little road trip out and see how people live not too far from me. And I'm actually getting close back down to the city. Something that God revealed to me today as I was in my devotional is that building takes time. Oftentimes people give up on their dreams or their hopes. They think, oh, maybe I missed you, God. Maybe I didn't hear you right, God. But building anything requires a whole lot of patience. And that's why it's good to put yourself in position to teach yourself how to build things, like including building skills that people tell you, oh, you can't do that. It's like, people are disconnected from this way of life. You don't have to be. You don't have to listen to that. Teach yourself skills. Go on YouTube, learn a skill. Learn skills. Don't be afraid to learn. Like, that's what keeps us alive, is consistently learning. When you stop learning, the day you stop learning, that is the day you die spiritually. You have to continually learn. This is what keeps us growing. What was I saying? I'm deciding to take the scenic route back to my house through the hills because it is absolutely stunning out. Let me show you. gives us understanding. He expands our understanding continuously if we are humble enough to ask him to give us that. You have to start seeing things from a spiritual perspective, not with your carnal sight. As in, you have to have, like, if you feel it in the spirit, you need to start moving like that's what it is. Because if you start moving like what you think it looks like, you're going to continuously stay on that plane. You feel me? But when you start moving in a way that the Spirit is guiding you to go, the Holy Spirit guides us in the way that we should go. You need to follow that. It should be Spirit-led. And it cannot be Spirit-led if you're constantly basing your plans, or you're constantly basing what your life looks like based off of what you see. It's not always about what you see. Expand that understanding. Keep going further. I'm just getting home from my little adventure, and I'm unloading all this stuff that I picked up. I'm trying to get into the mindset that to have a fit, healthy lifestyle just means that you need to go do something active. Like, just be active, whatever that looks like. It doesn't have to be like at the gym. Get out of that mindset and go do something active. So that'll probably be go to the pool, maybe go for a sunset walk. See what God has planned. I'm also trying to get in the habit of not making plans, letting God be the one who plans. Say to find a good watermelon, you just knock, and it should sound kind of hollow. This one sounds a little hollow, so we'll see if we picked a good one. We're gonna cut this later. Can I help you, sir? I'm gonna make that matcha. Ooh, I just talk a lot, huh? I don't do anything. Okay, you're gonna laugh at me. I've had this towel since I moved in here. I have a total of 3 towels. Moses is curious. He says, "Where are you going, Mom?" Don't worry about it. SPF, a towel, another hat for when I get in the water, because skincare, if you do not wear hats, you must start. Bring these so I can maybe listen to like an audiobook or something. But even then, plus I'll bring my matcha. Here she is. Okay, let's go. All right. Sometimes you gotta be the first one to step out into the deep end and do something different. Like I said, lately I've been feeling my spirit just aching, like, to be a childlike way of perceiving the world. As I was driving home, I passed through at least 3 equestrian stables, and in this one particular stable, as I was driving home, there was this horse. And I drive past stables all the time. But today, when I was driving past this stable, this horse was running its heart out. Its hair was like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh in the wind. And I was like, yeah, buddy. There's so many times when I just want to let my hair down. I just want to be a kid again. I just want to enjoy life. I think no matter how old you get, you should still always be seeking adventure, doing fun things. Like, don't let that spirit die. Anyways, I pray that this video bless you and reminds you, don't wait for anybody. Go on that adventure, go it alone, but be safe. Of course, be safe. Go and do that thing that you've been wanting to do. Don't wait for anybody to tell you that it's okay or that they will come with you. Not everybody's gonna wanna go with you, and some people can't come with you spiritually and physically. They just can't come with you. Go it with God and be satisfied with that. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today for this video, and I would love it if you subscribed. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.